got a camera older than sin. Clicks it on and the show begins.
And here we are. The show begins. I'm sitting over here looking at the chat and wasn't even listening to the song because when it says "and the show begins" and when we pop back on, it's like, what the hell? So yeah, I was over here looking at. Okay, I was looking up here and it showed 0 were watching, but I could see there was, 13 different chats coming up. It's like, wait a minute. So now it's up to 6. So, anyways, welcome to another week of Grumpy's Coffee Shop. Pardon me. But yeah, so let's start with you, Art. How was your weekend? How's your day going today?
Weekend was fine. Cool day yesterday. Just stayed home and just farted around on the computer doing some more AI stuff. Today, lovely day, mostly cloudy. We may get a sprinkle this evening. Who knows? And then we're going to have our first 90-degree day on Thursday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We were yesterday was like 94.
Wow.
And yeah, I had the air conditioner on when I went to sleep last night. By the time I woke up, I don't know, about 3 o'clock in the morning, I was freezing my ass off because the temperature dropped, and I had to shut my air conditioner off because I got up like, why in the hell is it so cold in here? And I looked at my temperatures; it was dropped down to 41. And it's like, well, I don't need my damn air conditioner on. So so I shut it down. So, and I think it got up to 70 today. So, but we had 2 days in the 90s. Saturday and Sunday were both in the 90s. It's like unbelievable. And yesterday we had the high wind. So how are things down under, Dominic?
Well, obviously we're sending our last 90 to you then, because we had a 90 yesterday. And I think we're finally hitting autumn. And I've got to say hello, Brenda.
Hey, yes, Brenda. Hello, Brenda.
And everybody else in the chat.
And everybody else, well. And Charles, how's it up in your neck of the woods?
Well, it's just been, seasonably cool. Sunny yesterday.
This is going to be, James and I went out running around Saturday, I think it was. Yeah, Saturday. Cool. Or was it Friday? I can't remember now. Anyways, we was out one day and it was like so warm that, we're like, God, I hope I hope winter isn't over yet, or we get at least spring weather, because we're already getting summer weather. And it's like, that's going to be one long damn summer. Cause
yes, it is.
But anyway, so yeah, it's been weird. Like I said, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we were in the 90s running around and just, I didn't even have to put on a jacket. And then today, I did notice though last night, because my trash runs on Mondays, and I had some stuff to take out and throw in there. And it was like 11, 12 o'clock last night, or about 11 o'clock, I guess. And I ran out there and threw that, and it took the trash out. And it's like, and I just in my shorts and my regular shirt that I wear around the house. It's like, damn, it's a little cool out here, but it still didn't kick in. I needed to shut my air conditioner off until, like I said, about 3 o'clock this morning. So, all right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start here at the top. Where the hell is it? Here we go. All right. We got Mudball Don. He was like the first one in. And let's see, make sure nobody's all right. And then we've got Drone Shots, Jody, and there's Arco.
Yep.
And we have Steve Janess. Steve, are you going to be up there, or going to be down there in South Florida? I think he is, but I'm not for sure. Let's see. And we've got, of course, Brenda. She's a favorite lady of everybody here in the drone community. And we've got, let's see, who else have we got? Who?
Steve Janess.
I did say Steve Janess. Yeah, I was asking because I was asking if he's going to be down there. So
yes, and he said yes.
He did
Okay.
say yes. Okay. All righty. I look forward to seeing you. So I think that's all we got. It says we
No,
got 12
we
people.
got AZ
AZ
drone.
Drone Dude. That's
I
David.
say,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it says 12 are watching, so I guess that's okay. They're just not all chatting.
Yep.
mm,
So
They're all lurking.
that's okay. They're lurking.
Yep.
Uh,
Yeah.
so I was just trying to see. I saw a message up there in the private. And I thought, well, who the hell am I missing?
That's me.
Yeah, it was you. Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm. Well, they've got the
Oh,
Artemis.
Brian, Waypoint, New England. Welcome.
Hey, Brian.
Brian.
Artemis is out on pad 39.
yes.
Way to go.
Do I?
Artemis is
Oh.
out at pad 39 at Cape Canaveral.
Cape
One of them.
Canaveral.
One of them.
Yeah, I think
The famous Pad 39.
The famous pad 39. Yep.
famous Pad 39. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm. And
Don
that'll
says he
be
doesn't believe in chatting.
our first trip to
Okay.
the moon in over 50 years. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, yeah. Because are they going to make it this time? Because this is going to be the third attempt, and they've had to pull it off or something.
Yeah, because of let's see,
Leak.
back in January it was really cold,
Yeah.
extremely cold
Yeah,
weather.
and you can't launch when
And
it's
then
cold.
another one was too windy.
Right.
And so hopefully this time they'll get it off. And this one will just go around the moon.
Yeah,
It won't
yeah.
land and
Like Apollo 8 did.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Is it going to be manned or unmanned?
It'll be manned. It'll have
Manned,
4
okay.
people on. Yep.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe this time they'll get decent enough pictures people will actually believe we went there. My
Yeah.
hope is when they go there, they land somewhere near, or they at least have a rover with them, and they go over and look at the flag that was planted there back in the
Yeah.
60s, you know? Put
From
that.
what I understand, they're going to be landing in the southern regions,
Ah,
looking for water. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
helium-3.
Yep. And we
Okay.
got Steve Knowles in the chat.
Ooh,
Good to
Steve
see
Knowles.
the
Well,
other Steve.
the
Yeah.
other Steve, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Another Steve. Yes. Hello,
Yeah.
Steve.
Yeah, yeah, it would be nice if well, maybe if they're flying over it,
Yeah.
maybe they could
Yeah,
snap
just something
pictures.
to shut these people up.
Yeah, shut these
Yeah.
damn people up. I mean, I
Yeah.
remember watching it on TV. I remember
Yep. Me
Oh,
too.
there you go.
I had a cousin. He was actually a second cousin. His mother was actually my cousin, and he was older than I was, and
Right.
I had some really old cousins,
Mm.
By the time I got old enough to have kids, a couple of my cousins had already died of old age. It's just that
Right.
Like,
Mhm.
they could. Well, I mentioned it before. All the girls in the family got married at 15 or 16 years
Ooh,
old,
boy.
and all the
Mm.
guys waited until their late 20s before they ever got married. So,
Let's say
and
hello to Logan.
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 Logan
Hello.
Travis. Yep.
All right. So, yeah, we got 16 people watching tonight.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
that's good.
But
Mhm.
anyways, like I said, one of my cousins, he came down and spent it. His dad had been stationed down at Fort Carson,
Oh,
and he brought the whole family up there, and so because the dad was in the army, and it was his last post before he retired, and so the son, he was bored down there. It's summertime, so he come up and stayed with us, and we had a week-long Monopoly game going on in the living room. Had a card table set up.
will do, Jody. Hey, Jody, did you get the Amazon card?
Yeah, everybody definitely. I need to check something here. Let's see.
Yeah.
Do this. I want to double check the. I want to make
All
sure that
right.
is Logan. Yeah, okay.
He's blue.
Okay. I wanted to make sure he was blue. So
Just subscribe to Logan. Go subscribe. Yeah. And also go subscribe to Mile High Media.
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, go
I am
subscribe.
already. So I know I am.
I'm
Well,
at
don't check, Logan.
30 right now. So yeah. So what else is going on? We got the moonshot. Oh, I guess Trump has paused the bombing for a few days. I guess
He's holding off for 48 hours.
I am
Yeah,
now.
or he's
Logan.
holding off for the 48 hours. Looks like Dominic, you froze.
Yeah, I was just going to
Oh, the other,
subscribe to Logan.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
I was just checking, and I thought I had.
But
But
yeah,
I
he's
am now.
okay. All right, and you're unfrozen now too. So there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's holding off for. Apparently, they're in negotiations. We'll see.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm. And they won't be destroying the infrastructure. What they're going to be doing is they're going to be dropping graphite wire, is what it is.
Oh.
And what it does, it comes in contact with the power lines and it shorts them out. So it
all
does.
it does. So all they got to do is go back in and redo the
Right.
electricity. Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll keep
Well, that's
the
good.
infrastructure intact. It's just they won't have power for a while.
Yeah.
It'll short it out, and it'll be kind of like a cluster bomb where these canisters pop open and then these filaments come out, land on the wires to cause them to short. Yeah. Carbon graphite. Yeah, or graphite wire. Yeah.
Well, if it keeps us from having to fly that many more missions, and wow, we lost 4 people watching in 5 minutes. Like, wow, we had 12 watching. Now we're down to 6. I mean, we had 16 watching. Now we're down to 12. So, anyways, that's it doesn't matter. But yeah, it's it needs to be taken care of, and we need to get the job done and get the hell out and let the rest of the world deal with their their problems. So
well, I'm sure the neighbors in the surrounding area.
Yeah, I have an idea the neighbors will probably have some good suggestions on how to fix things. So
yeah, they're probably all happy that we're taking care of it along with Israel. And now it turns out they have missiles that'll reach 2,000 miles.
Yeah. And we'll discuss all this on Thursday's show.
Yeah.
Well, here's another bit of news. Did you hear about the cart or thing at LaGuardia Airport that we're playing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the plane crashed into a fire truck.
Yeah,
fire truck. Yeah.
Killed the 2 pilots.
Killed the pilot and co-pilot.
Yeah, both pilots and injured 9 others that were taken to the hospital.
Right.
So, and
pretty harsh.
I think it's going to end up air traffic control is going to take the hit on this, because I think I heard, and that's what I didn't read it, but supposedly the air traffic that's quite all right, Brenda. Yeah, supposedly air traffic control will has released tape where one of the guys said, "Hey Grant, what's up, mate?" That he says, "Oh, I effed up," So
yeah.
So,
Yeah, apparently
you
there
know,
was some other emergency taking place, and they were trying to get the fire truck
yeah,
back from that.
right. Yeah, they were trying to get him back, and apparently the pilot kept saying, or they were telling the fire truck move out of the way or something. I can't remember. Go the other way. Either
They were
way,
just telling them both to stop.
both to stop. Yeah, that was it. They were trying to
Mhm.
tell, and neither one. And from what I understand, the plane, they they showed the damage on that plane, and I was watching it on the news today this afternoon, and they said, well, look at the damage on that plane. They're going a little more than 30 miles an hour for that to happen. No, they could have been going 30 miles an hour, but they had jet engines pushing them down the runway, and those are aluminum bodies up against one of them big heavy duty fire trucks.
Yep.
It's going to do that,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
30 supposedly both were going 30 miles an hour. Well, that's a 60-mile-an-hour impact,
Mm-hmm.
because it's 30 miles coming in one direction, 30 miles the other, and the impact is going to have a point of impact of 60-mile your speed of 60 miles an hour type damage. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
boy, somebody didn't go to school and learn anything about math or anything like that,
Yeah.
and figure that out, or doesn't know anything about aircraft, because those things literally are tin can. They're not even. They're aluminum cans,
Yeah.
or
Right.
for those in Australia, they're aluminium cans.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I use that all the time because it took me a long time to be able to say that. And I'm surprised I can still say it without my teeth, but hey, but yeah, the plane has to initially land at 100 miles an hour. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because anything lower than that on a jet that size, they're going to stall, and they're just going to come straight down and splatter. Yeah,
Yeah.
because they have to
Pancake.
have a certain amount. Yeah, it was a sad situation. It's and part of the problem is they're and it's been this way for a long time. Those guys under a lot of stress.
Mm-hmm.
They're understaffed and have been for years,
Yeah.
and their computer technology is antiquated at best.
Mm.
Yeah.
Now, here's something I saw today. I was watching a video. It was actually out of Tulsa. They released the body cam. There's a shooting there last week,
Mm.
and so they released the body cam today. I was watching it, and it's something I've had a gripe about for a long time with police officers. And I support the blue. My son's a cop. But they tend to drive and hold their phone. Now, this guy was in a hurry to get to a place because they had a standoff going there. He was there as a backup. He was trying to find the place. He's using Google Maps to tell him, how to get there. And he's sitting there looking at it like this while he's driving. That's as they catch me doing that, I'm gonna get a damn ticket.
Yeah.
Texting and driving, that's it's whatever you want to call it. Even though he was using the thing is they've got the technology of all that computer hardware that's
Yeah.
built into that. What in the hell is he using his damn cell phone for? It just pisses
Right.
me
Right.
off.
They
And
got the laptop right next to him.
well, he's
Yeah,
not
a
only
lot
that,
of
he has one.
cars got the monitor.
Yeah,
that
he has a
has
monitor
the-
built into the dash too.
Right.
And that's was the most. It was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. And me and James, boy, we go round and round about his driving because, he does that shit. And I said, son, we're driving that way, not this way. We're not driving over here. We're driving over here.
Mhm.
What in the hell are you looking at? And
Mhm.
part of it's because he's deaf as a rock, and he has to read my lips to see what in the hell I'm saying so he can hear it. It's like,
Mhm.
and he's constantly checking his phone. But it's like, you're driving, pull this damn thing over and I'll drive. So he got a taste. I didn't let him drive this weekend. And I will say I wasn't I didn't do my best at driving and just, Dad, you're scaring me. I said, well, now you know how the hell I feel, shithead.
Yeah.
But I mean, there is no reason and I see it all the time here in the Muskogee cops. They're always on their damn phone while they're driving. No, a lot of times they're holding it. Well, they can put a mount there. That's what I've got on mine, and mine's all
Right.
runs through
Mhm.
my dash, and you know, you push the button, it accepts it, and I can talk to anybody I want. You know, but anyway, yeah, he wasn't real happy with me, but I told him, I said, "Well, get over it," you know. Uh, but yeah, I mean, and I saw that, and I thought there is no reason for us not to be using that kind of technology in our
Right.
police cruisers. I mean,
Mm.
none of them, you know,
Mhm.
and so it's like I don't know, but they seem to, like I said, but you and me, yeah, we'd get a ticket for damn sure. They'd pull my ass. I pulled up next to cops, and they're sitting there at the light on their phone, and and they'll kind of glance over at me, and I'm going, yeah, and I just grin at them, you know, like okay, because they're thinking, you old fart, but
Mm.
most of the time they do, and they'll put the phone down
Pull it, put it in your
or put it
pocket.
in their pocket. Well, not
Yeah.
only that, they have. Oh, who the hell's offering me money now?
Oh yeah,
There
yeah.
we go again.
Bluetooth. They can have it to their earphone or the Bluetooth.
Yeah. Oh, that was Reeves calling me this time.
Uh,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's no reason for them to have to drive like that.
Right.
And I mean, if I'm having problems with my mapping system and I'm using Google Maps, I will pull over and look. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
won't. You know, especially when you're driving at 70 miles an hour down the turnpike, I'm not driving, sitting there trying to hold my phone to find my exit. You know,
Right.
uh, I will glance at the route so I have a general idea where the hell I'm going. You know. And I understood he was in a hurry and all this, but that was the thing that struck me, and I've seen that so much, and it's just one of my, just me being the grumpy vlogger, you know?
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah. Not that anybody from Tulsa is gonna be watching, well, at least not any I doubt any of the Tulsa Police Department will be watching, so
Yeah.
and it was because there was an officer involved shooting, and it was a
Uh,
standoff, and I don't know if the guy got killed or if they just wounded him, but,
uh,
and I am a big supporter of the blue. I mean, I don't want any of our officers hurt. On the other hand, I don't want them to hurt somebody in a, uh, they're plowing. Now he had his lights on, and somebody wasn't pulling over, and he's yelling at him, making hand gestures and saying, uh, get the F out of the road. You could tell he was pissed. He was really cussing them out,
mm-hmm.
and that's the other thing. Why don't people pull over
Right.
for sirens? It's
Mm-hmm.
bad enough that people don't pull over for funerals, but it's even worse when they don't pull over for the sirens.
Right.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
there are times where you can't pull over. Well, if that's the case, then you stop. You don't try to make it through the light and with them behind you. You try, to get out of the way. If you
Yeah.
can't, you stop where you're at, and that's,
Right.
but I don't think sometimes I don't think the younger adults know how to drive or know about driving rules. And now it used to in Oklahoma, if you didn't pull over for a funeral, you got a ticket.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't know if it's that way anymore, but most everybody here does pull over for a funeral, though. It's just it's a respect thing. It's just doesn't hurt you. It's not going to cost you anymore because any more time and
Mm-hmm.
showing respect to the family that lost somebody. But yeah, so anyways,
Traffic
that's my bitch.
by the grumpy vlogger.
Yeah, that's my bitch for the day. So now I don't know if anybody noticed, but it was made clear here a while back that I had misspelled the word Gulf. So that has been corrected.
Yay.
Yay!
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I still have the other one, obviously, because so that was the wrong spelling, and this is the proper spelling. And I double checked before I printed it too. I'll take that. I'll use that one and give it to my dogs and let them fight over it.
There you go.
Oh, they've been driving me nuts lately. God, every time I can't eat anything without them coming. All three of them sitting there just. And Ranger, he begs and then he drools, and then he whines and like, God, you know.
Yeah.
And I had today I was eating something. I had to push him out of the way because normally he steps back. He'll stay back, but today, I forgot what it was I was having, but he really wanted it, and it's like, no, you're not getting it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Anyways, for those of you that have been keeping up, my computer battery is dead,
Is the
and I've got to check. Like Art says, I have a Alienware, and the little alien head is flashing, and but it's staying. It keeps running. So, but I did a BIOS or a bootlog checkup on it, and it
Okay.
says battery needs to be replaced. So,
yeah.
Yeah. So I'll probably order that and get that taken care of. And I mean, to get one from Dell, I think like $109. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that's about what they run. Even on Amazon. So
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And if
Yeah,
I'm going to get
I'm really liking my Dell PC that I've got
Captain
here.
Ray, hello.
Captain Ray. Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
And lest I forget, remember on the 2 weeks from Friday,
Friday.
from
Mhm.
this last Friday,
Yep.
is the meetup, is the
Meetup.
starting of the
It's
festivities or
Yep.
the South Florida drone meetup. There we go.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Whoop. Yeah, I leave out of here on the 9th, so, and I'll get into Florida late that evening. So,
Yeah.
so officially the first thing is at Sticks, and that's at 10 o'clock on Friday, the April the 10th.
Make sure you get there early.
Yeah, I know.
They're
Yeah.
just airports are getting jammed up.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. They're talking 4 hours wait time. So that means I'll either go up and stay at my cousin's house, or I'll just get up awful early. And
Yeah. There you go.
but yeah, so I did get and that's why I'm getting in late. Is I got a little bit later departure time, so that I don't have to get up quite so early. But even with 3 and 4 hours time, it's still going to be,
Right.
I got to figure out. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to drive my van to Tulsa and stay there, or if I'm going to have James just get up that morning and drive me there. So,
Right.
but
There
yeah,
you
so
go.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm getting excited about going. And yes, I am coming back.
Yeah.
So
Look, at DIA, you don't want to leave your car in extended parking,
oh,
because they've been having problems with rabbits, because they get up in your engine, they start chewing on your
yeah.
wiring. Yeah.
I never thought about that. I got every year in the springtime we have what do they call them, a hutch
Yeah.
of rabbits.
Right.
And they're these little old cottontails, and
Yep.
it started out, God, 20 years ago, I think. My daughter Tammy was out in the backyard mowing the lawn, and all of a sudden we heard her screaming, and you're like, "Oh my God, I killed a rabbit!" And we thought she'd beheaded it. It turned out it turned out okay, and so we went out there, and there was 3 of them. So we put stones around that area so that nobody would mow over it, so we'd remember. And ever since then, those bunnies have been coming back year after year, and
Hello, Ray.
so yeah, probably should have let her kill them all off, and they wouldn't have come back. But them little stutters come back every year. But Uh, I saw one a couple nights ago. Actually, a couple of days ago. They were out during the daytime. So,
Mm.
but yeah, they start out in our front yard and then work their way and end up in our backyard. So, uh,
Mm.
but I
Well, at
guess
work, I always see them by the the entrance that I go get into at work, and there'll at least be one. Sometimes there's two. They're out there munching on the grass or whatever, what's
yeah,
left of the flowers that are out there.
yeah. That's what they do here too. They're but yeah, there's always a couple of them around in the springtime. And
Mhm.
by the time summer comes around, you don't see them much. But when it
No,
starts getting hot, you don't see them. But they've
yeah,
moved on. But they're out there being frisky rabbits right now. So
yeah.
we actually, when J- when one year when Judy had home health care and she had this nurse, she drove up and parked and she comes knocking on the front door, because we knew she was coming. I went to the front door and she's got something wrapped up in a looked like a sweater. She goes, "Look what I found." And there's a little baby rabbit, and she put it in in her jacket, and then put it in. We found a box for her, and she put it down in the box, and she ended up raising that damn thing, and
Ah,
ended up having quite a few of them after. Got ended up getting her another, or she had some. I guess she had some rabbits, and so it may have ended up in a stew pot. I don't know. She lived in
uh,
the country,
yep.
so she raised rabbits. It was probably, and I'm still friends with her on Facebook, so
Yeah.
she
Cool.
still keeps in touch with me. A lot of Judy's home healthcare nurses still keep in touch, But
Oh, that's
yeah, she come walking in like, what in God's name is that? She says, "Oh, it's a rabbit." Like, oh, okay. So, but yeah, yeah. Now we did have a a groundhog, woodchuck, whatever you call them
yeah.
in this part of the country, that was out in our backyard. He was big, and that was
Yeah.
when our Boston Terrier decided she wanted to fight it.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it was quite the fight. She comes. I get out there and I get her back in the house. I hear something. She's fighting something. I don't know what the hell it is. She got it under the lawnmower that was parked out in the backyard. So I go in there and look under there, and all I can see is these great big ass teeth. And I'm thinking, damn, that is one big ass rabbit. And I started looking around again, like, well, maybe it's a beaver. And looked around some more, and it didn't have the flat tail. Like, what in the hell is that? And then I realized, so I called animal control. I said, I got one. My dog's got trapped out here. Well, I brought her in, and she was covered.
Really
Her
scratch.
face was with blood. Her face was
Yeah.
just covered with blood.
Yeah.
Turned out it wasn't hers.
Yeah.
She didn't have but she wouldn't let me clean it off. She let our poodle. He cleaned her off, cleaned off her
Oh.
face, and then I could look. She didn't have a scratch on her, but she tore that thing up. And finally, I went out there and I called animal control. I said, "Ah, it's gone again." So, uh, and so I let him back out in the backyard, and I heard all hell breaking loose. And she was chasing it through uh, she chased it up into the bushes, and it got out. It got out through a hole in our shed, and he could get under there, but Molly couldn't. And but when she got away, man, when it got away, that thing was covered in blood. And them things, Boston Terriers just got these squatty nose, but she tore it a new one. You know,
Yeah.
and
Hmm.
but yeah, and that was in the springtime. They'd come around, and I haven't seen one since then though.
Well, over on TikTok, there's a guy that has an avatar. His name is Milo the Marmot, and he's always got some gear on that
Right?
represents Colorado. He'll have a stocking cap with the big red C and the
See,
gold
yeah,
ball,
yeah.
and they're very entertaining. And
Oh, okay,
he goes to different events around the state,
right.
and
Now, a marmot is the same as a woodchuck, isn't it?
yep.
They're
Mm.
or a
Groundhog.
groundhog. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. They're
Groundhogs.
pretty big. They're about maybe 18, 20 inches
It's
tall.
long. Yeah, yeah,
Jesus.
yeah.
Mhm.
They're pretty good sized critters, and
Yep.
but that was the thing. Molly, she was getting a little older. She was probably about 13 when she tore this thing up. She lived till she was 18, so but
Wow.
she was muscled up. She never had an ounce of fat on her. She was nothing but just pure
Yeah.
muscle. You know,
Yeah.
typical. You know, Boston. Just
Yeah.
but
I think they're cute. Cute dogs.
they are, but they've got one drawback.
They snore.
No, that's not the drawback.
Oh, they fart?
Oh my God, they've got the worst. They've got the worst in the world.
I
Everybody,
know.
it's like God. And when we were hunting Osama bin Laden, I said, you know
Feels
what we
like,
need?
oh shit.
Oh,
Oh,
it's rancid. And I said, we could find him if we would just get about 200 of them things, feed them lots of wieners and beer and beans, and then let them loose in those tunnels. Guarantee you, that would have cleared them out. Yeah, but yeah, that is their one drawback. So,
yeah. We had a friend that had a black lab, and we'll have dinner over at their place. And here you are, we're eating dinner, and all of a sudden, yeah, the dog's under the table just ripped one. And it's like, oh, God. Yeah.
James and I both we bought. They were two sisters, and they were Rottweilers.
Uh-huh.
And James she lived to be an old gal, but they'd moved to Kansas, and he got to where he kept a can of air freshener right next to his chair because that damn dog would get next to his side and she just let it. And I guarantee you, it's like a gray fall. And all of a sudden we'd be in the other room, and all of a sudden you'd hear whoosh, like that from the spray can, and here'd come the dog just hauling ass because he'd spray it right on her, and she'd take off. Or or she took off if she saw him, and she actually got to the point where she would do that and then jump up and run, before he could spray her, but
Mhm.
yeah, those big dogs like that, Labradors and Rottweiler. Uh,
Yep.
Fortunately, that's one thing Ranger doesn't really have a problem
Right.
with. He did when he was young, when he was
Right.
still, when he's about 8 months, between about 4 months to about 9 months old. Oh my God,
Mhm.
it's like, what the hell,
Yeah.
and but yeah, so and they were pretty bad, but he doesn't do that anymore. At least either
Right.
that or I can't smell as good as I used to. One of the two.
Well, Rick's dog, Poppy, never farts that bad. I
Right? Yeah.
never can recall even smelling anything bad from that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That dog just loved attention. Every time he'd see me over there, he'd come over there and his nudge my arm and want to
Right.
be petted and
Yeah.
scratched, and she loved that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Hey, I'm gonna let you guys take over for just a second. I got to run to the door real quick, so I'm gonna step away. And
alrighty then. And so what else is going on? So we got the Artemis is about to launch. I don't know if it's going to maybe be sometime this week. That'd be pretty cool. And we get to see some footage from the. I mean, now with the technology, we'll get to see footage from the launch that we've never had from the Apollo, Gemini, and Mercury flights.
Hey, Philip.
Hey, Philip.
hey, how you doing, Philip?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they said my package was here, so from Amazon. So
No,
this is I'm doing my unboxing with my guys always get those knives to do that. I got this one, and I know what it is. It's nothing big. It's just
Mhm.
it's a roll of magnets.
Oh,
Yay!
Yeah, yeah.
Yay!
It's
Cool.
actually gonna. I'm making some refrigerator magnets to take with me to Florida.
Uh, cool.
So yeah. Uh,
Awesome.
I knock everything down. Yeah. So, anyways, yeah. So I just got that in. And I'm doing some coasters too that I'm going to take down there. So,
Mm.
uh, tomorrow I'll have
Roller coaster.
I'll have the cork for the bottom of them. So,
Cool.
yeah.
Cool.
So, yeah, that little bit of roll. That's a 20 foot by half-inch roll of magnet, and it is heavy.
Yeah, I bet. Hmm.
It's yeah. Oh, this is 3 in adhesive too, so that's good.
Good stuff.
Yep.
Hmm.
Let's see. It's chemical composition. Fe2O3 80% to 90%, SRO 15% to 8%.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know. I take it the Fe2O3. That's what iron or
Iron. Yep.
Mhm.
yeah. And the SRO, I'm not sure what it is, but
That would be safety resource officer.
no, can't argue with that because you're right. But that's not what's in this magnet.
Yeah.
So
I still remember the names of at least one of the SROs from my high school.
ah,
Tom Reagan. Yeah. He was a
you,
pretty cool guy.
you had safety resource officers at your school,
Well, he was out. He had like a booth out by the parking lot, and he'd
right?
check people that go in and park, and then
Oh,
he'd
really?
then he would go down the halls in school, you know,
Right?
yeah, do a walkthrough, and
Yeah, we
yeah,
had teachers that did that. They
yeah,
walked the halls. Each one during their free period was had to spend certain time. Uh, we never had because we had an open campus in high school, so
yeah,
so
same here.
a lot of us just we jumped in our vehicles and drove
Yeah,
down to the Der Wiener Schnitzel to have hot
yeah,
dogs.
yep,
Yeah,
yeah. We had an area where the students would go outside and they would smoke. This is back in the day where you could smoke. Just
yeah,
not school, but outside, kids could smoke.
yeah. We couldn't. Well, we could in the parking lot if you didn't get caught, but or if you
Yeah.
were in your own vehicle. But
Mm.
we had a teacher. He was a shop teacher, and I don't know, mechanical arts and stuff. Like ring
Right.
making and all sorts of stuff like that, and learning how to use lathes and stuff. And he'd come from Denver, and they had a designated smoking area, and he was a smoker, and
Uh-huh.
uh, he was always griping that. So when the guys got into like the paint room and they go in there, or they say, "Oh, I'm going in the paint room to I gotta check on see how it's drying." The guys would go in there and they smoke cigarettes, and he knew what they were going in there for, but he'd let them because, you know, if he caught you smoking, he wouldn't do anything to you. But uh, you know,
Give
but
you that just look
no, he
of
wouldn't even do that. He sometimes say, "You got an extra one?" Yeah, he was kind of he was an odd duck, but he was a really cool teacher.
yeah.
And he was one of our he was at our the official senior picnic uh the
Hey,
Mhm.
Randy.
that we had. So
Randy.
oh, hey, Randy.
Yep.
And but yeah, so he was a cool teacher though. Like I
Yeah.
said, he was a bit I think what made him odd was the fact that he liked hanging around all the students, and he
Uh-huh.
had this terrible comb over, just like, and it's like, oh my God, shave that off or something. But yeah,
Hmm.
and but it's funny because we had our high school reunion back in September or in August of last year, and we had our wrestling coach is still
Oh,
alive. He's probably the only teacher left alive. Yeah,
wow.
damn, he still was in good shape, you know.
Yeah.
And his, I think it was his youngest son, who was his youngest son was like right at about 4'9", 4'10". His
Ooh,
oldest son was a little over 5 foot, and he was a short guy too. Because they're a good friend of mine who is 6'5", and
wow.
he was on the wrestling
Whoa.
team, and they were both on the wrestling team. And in this high school yearbook, there's a picture of the two of them together, and he's, you know, he comes up just above my friend's hips. You know, he's just it's
Oh,
funny, but sort of like
mhm.
that picture of you and Kai.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was just going to say we need
Yeah.
to do another one of those.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was but yeah, but yeah, the old guy's still plugging along and still
Yep.
and
Well, when I went back for my 40th reunion, uh, Mr. Yule was still teaching there. He was brand spanking new teacher when I started going to school there. And now
yeah.
he's like and then one of the teachers is like, I knew his sister because he was just a freshman when I graduated,
Oh
and now
wow.
he's a teacher there. I'm
Yeah,
like, oh,
yeah,
cool.
yeah. There's been 3 generations of us going to Central High School there in Grand Junction. So
Mhm,
uh there's been 3 generations so far, and it looks like there's yeah, three, because I got
mhm.
to stop and think. Wait a minute, because I went there. Actually, no, I don't know if Paco went there. I don't think Paco went there. I don't think they'd moved back to Grand Junction yet. So 'cause I think he went to high school in Delta. But
Uh,
I got grandkids there, and probably a great grandson that'll eventually go there. So if it's
cool.
still open, I was surprised it was still open,
Yeah.
but it
Hey,
was.
James.
They
Hey, James. Yeah.
oh okay. It's not popping up on my chat yet. So
Yeah, the egg swing.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
Oh, it's been a while since he's been on here. Good to
Yeah.
see you, James. Yeah.
Well, a lot of the teachers I had, a lot of them are dead now. Yeah, because they were fairly getting up there in age
Oh yeah.
even then.
Well,
Yeah.
back in the day, most teachers were old when they started. It's like they,
Mm.
Yeah.
seemed like all my teachers were old, and
Yeah. Yeah.
uh,
Like I had an English lit teacher, Mrs. Miss Smith. No, Miss Smith. And God, she was old back then. And then I had Mr. Jones for algebra.
Hope it went well, James.
He had Alzheimer's, died of
oh yeah,
then we had
Smith and Jones,
yeah,
alias Smith and Jones.
Smith and
Yep.
Jones. Mr. Smith was my accounting teacher.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, C.A. Smith. He was the golf coach. And
Oh yeah.
Mr. Jones was the athletic director and coach of the varsity basketball team. And who else? Oh, Mr. Nash. He also had Alzheimer's. It was weird. I kept thinking about all the people, the teachers I've known. I'm like going, wow, there's sure a lot of them that came down with Alzheimer's.
Mm.
And
Just in our graduating class, there were 5 of us there that have multiple sclerosis,
Mm.
and there's only 205 in the whole graduating class.
Mm.
That's
Wow.
that's quite a high percentage to out of 205 people that 5 of them would have MS. Maybe
Yeah.
6. It may have been 6 because I think one of them wasn't there. But yeah, and believe it or not, 3 of them ended up at my table.
Thanks, James.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh wow. So,
And Then there was Miss Isom. I had her in junior high. She was the special ed department, and she's 10 years older than me. So she would have been in her early 20s when I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
in junior high. And now she's got dementia, from what
Mm.
I heard.
Might be something in the water up there.
It
Yeah.
could be.
That might explain why you're the way you are with your demented attitude, you know.
Well, we the star fullback on our football team, he passed away about a year ago from ALS, which explains why I never saw him at the class
Yeah,
reunions.
yeah.
But his two brothers were basketball players. They were tall. Let's see, Fred was 5'8", 5'10", somewhere around there. And then his younger brother, he was like 6'5", 6'4".
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
and
That's the way the kids next door to us, they were all over 6 foot, including the girls. Well,
right.
one of them wasn't over 6 foot. She was 5'11" and a half. She
Yeah.
didn't, yeah, she was the youngest. And both the other one of the gals, she died. I think she died of cancer here a few years back. I was surprised. Yeah,
Mhm.
Alzheimer's is
Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible. One of
it's a
my
terrible
neighbors
disease.
uh, from my old neighborhood in
Okay.
Aurora had his first wife pass away, and I went to his wedding, which was that church on Monaco that kind of looks like a ski jump. I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know. Anyway, and that was also the church where Jack Schweiker had his funeral.
Oh,
If you
okay.
don't know him, he's from Apollo 13.
Apollo
Yeah.
13. Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
He was just elected congressman, and he passed away
Yep.
like a month or two before he could get sworn
Before we
in.
got sworn in. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, well, you know, in Grand Junction, they had uranium mining there, and
Right.
all those all the mill tailings from the mining and the processing. Well, they had to do something with it, so they used it for fill dirt all over the valley.
Right. Yeah, that
And
was
then they had to go in and go back and reclaim any place that had it. They had to go dig it all up, and you know,
right.
and our high school was one of them. And of course, between our junior and senior year, they were digging out, excavating underneath it, and there was a trap door that you could get in through because they'd gotten into an area. And there was about 6 of us, probably about 10 of us, that all went there one day. And we got up and we ran around inside the school during the summer, just screwing off. And we were crawling around under there where they were excavating all that uranium mill tailings, you know. And then I wonder why 5 of us ended up with MS, you know. It's just, yeah, it might explain a lot.
Right.
So, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, one of the guys, he lived just a block from my house, and or 2 blocks actually from my house, and he ended up with it, and he's now in South Florida. His wife's uncle died and left him an estate down there. So yeah,
Really? Mm.
yeah. So they're doing pretty good. So I don't know what part of South Florida, but I know they're down there. So
Do you remember a town named Gilchrist, Colorado?
yeah, I do. As a matter of fact,
It's a ghost town now.
is it really?
Yep, because there was a mine nearby, and I guess all that property is all contaminated. So
Wow.
yeah, so there's a whole bunch of houses there that are just abandoned.
Well, yeah, it's like one of the biggest. What do they call those sites?
Super fun.
Super Punch. Yeah,
Yeah.
Pitcher, Oklahoma. It's right on the Oklahoma Kansas border, and we used to drive through it all the time, and there were people still living there, even though it was, I mean, it was mounds of what were they mining up there? Wasn't molybdenum, but they were mining something up there, and the all the mill tailing. I mean, they just had it piled up there,
Oh,
and they had they had condemned the area, and people didn't want to move until a tornado came through and
oh,
just wiped out the
I'll
town.
take care of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, that also blew all of that stuff. I mean, that stuff just got scattered for miles. But yeah, it's still a. And we used to drive through there all the time, going up to see my son James when he lived in Kansas. But yeah, so, and I'm thinking, well, this town's abandoned because of, I don't know, radioactive waste or whatever, and we're driving through it. You
Yeah.
know, it might,
Very-
it may have been lead. I don't know. I can't remember what it was.
yeah, probably galena that they mined
Mm.
up there.
Yeah, something like that. But,
There's a little town that's right near the Kansas border named Miami, Oklahoma, and just south of Coffeyville, Kansas.
yeah, that's up where Judy's parents used to live.
And I had a gig up in Coffeyville, and I was
Right.
driving around, and that used to be the heart of the Dust Bowl, so you could still see huge dunes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
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 And you mispronounced it too, by the way. It's even
Yeah.
though it's spelled Miami, it's pronounced Miami.
Oh, Miami.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Is that anything like Mrs. Bucket and Mrs. Bouquet? On
It
Keeping
is.
Up Appearances?
Pretty much. Yeah. Yeah. Around here it's called Miami. Yeah. But it's spelled Miami. What's funny is my father-in-law lived. My father-in-law, and mother-in-law. They lived between. Well, they lived just outside of Pensacola, but south of Miami.
Oh.
We had Pensacola. Pensacola, Oklahoma.
Oh, Pensacola. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we have Pensacola, Oklahoma, and Miami, Oklahoma.
Miami.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You'd think they could get more original names then,
Yeah.
You would
rather
think.
than copying everybody else.
Yeah. Well, gotta remember this was settled by the Cherokees, and it's the same group of people settled this as the Seminoles that ended up out in Florida. So
Mhm.
they kind of share, and the Muskegans up in yeah,
Michigan.
Michigan. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's all part of the. I think they're called the Hills Indians. Is that what they called them? I can't remember now. They all come out of South Carolina, Georgia, and that area down there.
Oh, okay.
Mounds Indians is what they called them.
Mounds
Mounds Indians. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and some of them were pushed north. Some of them, of course, in the Trail of Tears, and the Seminoles. They went out they moved out to Florida.
Right.
So, and we have a place called Seminole, Oklahoma, too.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when I lived in Aurora, my neighbor across the street, he was from Antlers, Oklahoma.
Antlers, Oklahoma. Yeah. That's down in little Dixie country.
Yeah, that's
That's in the last stronghold of the Blue Dog Democrats. That's where the last of them are all at. They're all buried down there. And yeah, it's a bit like aluminum and aluminium. Yeah.
And I guess his cousin was at the time when I met him, he was still the chief of the Choctaw tribe.
Yeah.
Mhm. And my brother-in-law's dad was from Pauls Valley.
Pauls
Oklahoma.
Valley, that's down right there on the Texas border,
Yep.
on this side of the Red River.
Yep.
Yeah, on your way to Dallas down.
Yep.
Let's see, it's changed down there. It's Highway 69, I think, until once you get south of Pauls Valley is when it changes over to 75 or something. I can't remember, but yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we've got a lot of, there's something else I was going to
Dude,
Well, it's like in Denver. You know, I lived on Zane Street, which is just a block uh east of Zuni, spe-
Zunite. Yep.
spelled Zuni or
Yep.
Zuni for those of the don't know
Yeah.
what Z means. But
Yeah.
anyways,
Yeah.
but it's actually Zuni, was named after the Indian, and just
Yep.
you had Zuni on one end of that subdivision, and all the way out the other direction was Pecos Boulevard,
Yeah. Or
which down
Pecos.
here is called Pecos. Yeah,
Yeah. Hmm.
they called it Pecos when I was growing up. It's Pecos and Zuni
Well, I
or
never.
Zuni. Yeah, you never heard it called Pecos?
Nope. I've lived here almost all my life, and
Well,
I've
that's
never heard it called that. No.
yeah, yeah, it's
It
Pecos
was always
Boulevard.
called Pecos. Yeah.
Well, I growing up, that's what they called it because my dad was from New Mexico, Texas area when he married my mom, and he was always bitching that they called it by the wrong name because they called it Pecos Boulevard, you know. And
and,
he said it's
well,
Pecos.
I grew up in Arvada, which is quite a bit west of there.
That could be, yeah, could be.
Yeah.
And by the time, yeah, because when I was growing up, that's because I remember when we'd go down to see family and uh we'd go get near the Pecos River. It's like, oh,
Uh,
Pecos River. No, it's Pecos. So,
yep.
but yeah, uh it's just funny a lot of the different names. Of course, that whole area from Zuni to Pecos or Pecos, uh all of the streets were named after different Indian tribes. You had the
Right.
Wyandots, the
Wyandotte,
Umatillas,
Umatilla.
Umatilla.
Yep.
I don't think there was a couple of
Shoshone.
yes, yeah, yeah,
And
Shoshone, and yeah, there's
oh
about because the guy that built that subdivision over there in Westminster uh, was actually from Florida,
right.
and so that's why he used a lot of the Floridian names. And turned out the same guy ended up being he ended up as the owning the subdivision in which we bought our house in Grand Junction. It turned out he'd gone into this investing in these. There, everybody called them cracker box homes because they
Yeah.
were. It was
We
just the
call them
outside.
chats.
Well, no, they weren't shacks. No, it was a full 2-3 bedroom homes, but
Yeah.
they were just they didn't you bought them and you put in all the sheetrock and insulation and all that.
Okay.
You know
Okay.
that, but they were no, they were actual frame houses, good solid houses.
Yeah.
Because it's my house is still standing there. You know.
Well, if you go into the old part of Westminster,
Yeah.
the streets have different names there. They have them, well, in that part, they'll have the old name of the street and the current name of the
Current
street.
name. Yeah.
Yeah, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah. It's probably over there towards
72nd
yeah.
and
Yeah.
Lowell, I think it is.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I lived off of 76th in the Boulder
Zuni,
Turnpike. Yeah,
yeah.
Zuni. Yeah,
Yeah.
76 was the cross street. It was between 76th and 78th. So
Uh-huh.
and it's right, literally. We could see the cars go by. Saw one of the presidents in his motorcade went by there when we was one afternoon. Probably John. It's probably Johnson. I'm sure it was. It's
Yeah.
probably
Mhm.
because that was. Yeah, I was in the '60s, so yeah, he didn't run
Yeah.
in '68, so yeah, probably it would have been Johnson, yeah,
Yep.
uh,
Yeah. Because
it,
Kennedy was only president up till 63.
'63,
Yeah.
November '63, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Yeah, it could have been him, just doing but it was probably Lyndon Johnson. I'm not sure what he was doing there, but uh, he
Well,
might have been coming down looking at one of the munitions plants or
yeah.
Lowry
Well,
Air Force Base or something.
Lowry, and you still had the Rocky Mountain Arsenal.
Arsenal. Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
They were still making nerve gas there.
nerve gas. Yeah,
Yep.
couple of kids. I say kids. We were kids then. A couple of guys that I grew up with. They ended up getting the contract for shutting that down, having to do all the chemical disposal and stuff. They got the
Right.
contract for that, and I think they've retired rather well off.
Well, that's called Rocky Mountain Wildlife. Area.
Yeah.
You go fishing up there, and it's all catch and release up there. Flies and lures only.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, gentlemen, we managed to.
Yes, we have.
Yeah.
I've managed to flap my
Yeah.
gums for an hour
Yep.
now, so
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to call it an evening and wish everybody a good week this week. And I want to thank everybody for being here. And we had 17 people tonight, so that's pretty good. So,
Hey, Lon.
Hey,
Lon's
Lon.
in the chat.
oh, hey, Lon, you joined just in time for us to get off. So,
Yeah.
anyways, guys, y'all have a good week, everybody, and thanks for being here. Thank you guys for being here too. And let's see, in stream. There we go. Here we go.
Good night,
Oh,
folks.
damn it.
He's a time machine wrapped in plaid and scorn. A man of today, but yesterday sworn. With every gripe, there's a wink of clue that the world's still good if you find your view. The grumpy vodka's got a lot to say about the good